Ladies and gents, everyone's in, everyone's here. Fantastic. What a great turn up. What a great idea. All ideas are great ideas, but it takes people to actually put it together and do all the prep behind it. And I'm sure we've all been culprits in the past of having great ideas, but letting it go after a few weeks and going, nah, too hard. This guy here beside me and his friends, nothing's too hard for them. To Melbourne, from Bendigo to Melbourne, to Canberra to Bendigo. So let's hear from the Mayor of the City of Greater Bendigo, Thomas Prince, everyone.
Thanks, mate. Hey, first of all, it was really lovely to see so many people here today. So as you start the walk, I just hope that you remember something a little different and start doing things a little different. I hope that when you really hear someone ask, how are you? I hope you really answer it. Don't give them the, I'm good. Tell them how you are really feeling. And I hope when you ask it to really mean it, don't let it just be a throwaway question. Commit to it. Prepare yourself for the answer that you might get. Be willing to walk with someone through whatever might come next. Because a person's how is not an individual responsibility, even though it can feel it. It's something we share as a part of being human. You know, we're not designed to be on this world alone. We do it together. So I hope you remember today, during this walk, long after it ends, the how really matters. Thanks for being here. Thanks for caring enough to showing up. And thank you for taking these steps for awareness, for compassion, and for every person who needs to know that they're not alone. So thank you all for coming.
It is indeed. I tell you what, the show that is the HDFNL Netty show, and Cindy, what she does. Hello, Anthea. Hello, Jen. By the way.
Hi, everyone.
Anthea from Mount Pleasant Footy Netty Club, and Jen from Coleman Abbott. She pours through the ratings the next day. Obviously, tomorrow, Thursday, she goes, all right, who won? Was it the footy show or the Netty show? And I go, oh, we just got it. We just got the footy show. And then I realised, ladies, that I am the footy show too. So, you know, whatever. But she wanted to know. She has to win this show. So make sure you're on your best behaviour every time you're asked on. Did I say that loud? Sorry, Cindy. Yes. Hello, Cindy.
G'day. Hi, ladies. Thanks for joining us. Netty show all the way, for sure, no doubt.
You'd say that, yeah. Couple of questions. First of all, it was nice to be invited into the huddle on Saturday for Coleman Abbott after the game. Jen said, oh, come on in, have a listen to what I have to say. And all I got was, I think Anthea said 2 pies and the 1 sauce or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. Fascinating, if you don't mind me saying, I was standing there for about 60 seconds before anyone noticed, and Jen goes, oh, I think you should leave. No, he didn't say that. You're very calm, Jen. At the end, I listened to you talk about a few things and that, and that's, I mean, you won. I get that. Be interested to see how Anthea went, but there's not much you could really say. What a high-class game it was, and it was 10 in the end. I think I put 11 or 12, I think, but it was 10, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it was a really good game. And I think that's why I was quite late back to the huddle. Anthony and I were talking in the middle about the game and, you know, how exciting it was. I'm sure it was great to watch. Yeah, I mean, I did watch the replay back and it looked like a big crowd. I, to be honest, didn't actually notice the people watching, but yeah, I really enjoyed the whole day and I enjoyed the game.
Well, yeah, and Anthea, what did you say? Because I mean, 10 is pretty good. I know both your teams, like other clubs, have got players out. Except I get that, but you would have been happy as Anthea McCleary. I'm calling her that because you know Ben has obviously told me to. Yeah, that's. How did you see it? I mean, what did you take out of that?
Yeah, I agree with Jen. I thought it was a really great game. I think both teams really probably enjoyed the challenge and were excited for the challenge. And I was really happy with how we went. You know, I was ideally hoping for some improvement from the last time we met Colbo, and we did manage to do that. I felt like we were in the game for longer than we were this time, which was really pleasing. And yeah, I think the scoreboard was perhaps a little bit wrong at times, but I think we were only a couple down, perhaps about halfway through that last quarter, which was really good. That was better than what it felt like last time. But then, yeah, just a couple of little missed shots, couple of mistakes, and Colbo can punish us very quickly, which they did. But, overall, I was really happy that we matched it with them for a bit longer. And I think for us, we probably just take away a bit of belief from it that we are improving and we're getting closer and, we're not far off. So it was a really positive day for us and we're happy. It was good. Would have been nice to play 4 quarters and get the win, but it was a good game and we'll take some learnings away from it.
So are you still annoyed by yourself when you got home and punched a hole in the wall? I mean, is that you're all right with that?
No, nothing like that. I went and had a wine with the ladies at the Colbo Ladies' Day, and at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. It was, it's about learning during the season.
Yeah, I've heard that, and it's about learning for Colbo, and it's about winning every week for Mounts. We are talking about Colwyn and Mount Pleasant. Sorry, Cindy, I was at the game and was just expressing straight away with even speaking to the queen of the footy show, Cindy. I need to shut up because you weren't there, but you were giving us updates.
Yes, I was watching closely and getting updates as well. It looks like the first quarter you were even, and then Colbo just got up by 1 goal at half time, and then snuck away by 6 at 3/4 time, and then ended up with 10. So yeah, it does certainly look like goal for goal there for quite a bit.
Yeah, and look, there's no doubt. I think Colbo, they definitely looked like the better team. They were definitely doing it in a better style than what we were, but that's fine. I don't care whether we play ugly. We just wanted to hang in there for a bit longer, and we're able to do that. So, it's highlighted a few things that we need to work on, and hopefully we can iron out a few of those little things and get a bit closer if we get another chance to meet them come September or August.
I think you will. As far as I know we talk about the game with the ladies involved, but I've got to tell you, and I said this to you this morning when we caught up, Cindy and I, when she thrashed me about the head about Super TV and Get It Better or Else. But we spoke about, well, I did anyway, what a massive crowd. Now, I know the Bendigo Football Netball League had the day off. I get that. You still got to drive the distance to get there. Colbo's not right around the corner. It's 30, 40 minutes from Bendigo. Massive crowd around the Netty. And then when the Netty finished, you look across the ladies' day, as you said, Anthea was huge. So I tell you what annoys me, and this, Jen, you're going to agree, I think everyone will, is that is it the Gannawanna Shire, the Gannawarra Shire in your fuel for Colbo?
Waranga.
What is it?
Isn't it the Waranga Shire?
Is it? I don't know. But whoever it is needs a foot up the quoit because you need new facilities ASAP. To have, I don't know what it was, 150 ladies standing outside, and we were getting a few spits of rain. That is not on. I mean, everyone else has got this wonderful pavilion. You have obviously Mounts, and others have got even better than that. To have nothing there is no. It's not a bush football club. It's a club that's been around forever, or feels like it. It deserves more. Don't you think, Sydney? I mean, I know the netball facilities are okay, but still, I mean, it just needs a club room. Like, it needs somewhere you can hang the bloody flags and stuff like that.
The netball desperately needs club rooms. You walk in, I always come from Melbourne, busting to go to the toilet by the time I walk in, and I walk into the opposition change room because they tend to gravitate down towards the toilet and Colby tends to go the other end. And I always think, one day, I did say to the players on Saturday when I came in, I said, there'll be new club rooms one day. I'll probably be dead, but we'll have new club rooms. So,
well, things can turn around, but, from a league point of view, you would know that, Cindy, that Colbo need a hand with that. I know with your situation when Coley was around, and certainly we had a few chats on the radio about it, Anthony, not you and I, but Coley, and you need to sometimes particularly with what's going on with the election, it needs to be something there. I mean, Mounts, you got your new courts and you were playing on roads, basically, horrible courts. And it happened I would think pretty quick, not for you, but for us, we saw it, went, wow,
Yeah, it did take years to get up and about. But I don't know. It's a hard thing to do.
It shouldn't be, though. We're trying to encourage.
You're right. Particularly, when you see, like Colbo on Saturday, the huge crowd there, and we often talk about it, it's the sport, but it's the community. And if those little communities don't have a football netball club. You know, they're the heart of the community. They need it. So you would hope that, yeah,
Well,
the powers to be can see
yeah.
the value in it.
Well, yeah, I know Hilly's got a lot on and everyone at Colbo, they're all busy. I get that. But, you know, and I'm not sort of lack of trying. I'm sure, as you know, Jen, they've had a crack at the councils. Or I think it might be two councils. I think Mounts was too, wasn't it? Was the city, sorry, it was Bendigo and it was Campaspe. I can't remember. Anyway, it was complicated. But what helped Mounts was it just, I think someone got the bullet, didn't they? One of the CEOs or something got the bullet, and all of a sudden was like, okay, the next CEO comes in. Guess what? Yeah, Mounts need this desperately. So it can happen. I just, the gut feel with this, and Cindy told me this morning, stop talking so much, so I won't. The gut feel with this is that Colbo's a great club without this. You know, Mounts are a great club without it too. But you tell me, it's been a lot easier for you to recruit people and footy as well with just what you've got, your base of netball now, Anthony. It'd have to be, wouldn't it?
Oh, for sure. I mean, what we had, if you know, you're trying to get players out of the Bendigo League,
Right.
and they would come and see those courts and just be like, why would we want to come and play on that? Like, they had crevices in them. So it's certainly, you know, to be able to have good facilities. And look, we would love another change room as well. We're all sharing one little change room. So perhaps down the track we can dream big, but it absolutely much easier to draw players in when you've got decent facilities, playable facilities at least.
See, in this day and age, Dan, I get how you got to have permits. You got to have a permit to look at someone. So I get that. But the thing is with it is that at some stage, someone's just going to put something there, you know. And, you know, I know Lockington took the bull by the horns and put a shed up and then went the permit. They've got it now. But, like, I mean, it's just mad that you've got to wait for that long. And, you know, as you said, you're right, Anthony, if a player is coming to play for Colwell, whether it's under 18 footy or netball, then they're going to look at the facility and go, well, hang on, I can play for Eagle Hawk, who's just got something amazing. I mean, I don't think it's fair considering the amount of work that goes into the clubs. That's just my opinion.
Yep, well, we'll get them onto it.
Use your voice, Pogo. Start a
Yeah,
petition.
I'm happy to help. Yeah, it's just like every other club's got some, and I know every other club's had to struggle to get what they've got. I get that. I'm not silly, but I do think that Colbo had. I don't think it's changed in my time in this league.
I don't think it's changed. I think it was like that when I played there, and that wasn't yesterday. So yeah, it's been a while.
Anyway, I'll shut up, Cindy. You told me to bring it up, and I have. So let's leave it at that.
No, some valid points, and certainly Bendigo clubs have been getting updated, and hopefully they're leading by example for the other shires to see the difference that it does make. But we're very lucky in Heathcote League that we still do attract good players, and Bendigo players are still coming over as well.
There was a lot of Bendigo netballers who were watching the game. I knew quite a few, mainly Sandhurst. But, you know, they would look at that standard of that game between these two fine ladies below and just go, wow, that is pretty hot, I would have thought, because you wouldn't see it any other time, especially with the filming I do, because usually it's the car park or the sky. So, you know, you don't get much netty out of that. But that was funny, Anthea. It's usually the sky, whatever. It is. The filming's all over the shop. But we're going to fix it up, Cindy.
Yeah, let's hope so. And hopefully in Jen's lifetime.
I don't like that.
We'll talk about some results for round 13.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about Colbo and Mounts. So Colbo did win by 10, 63-53. Huntley hosted Leachville Gunbow, and Huntley was 54, Leachville Gunbow 27. It's a fair win. And LBU hosted Heathcote. LBU took the win 41-36, so just a 5-goal win there. I think the upset of the round, Elmore hosted White Hills, and Elmore took the win 46-37, which I'm sure Adam is very happy with himself with that nice win as well.
They have a few out, White Hills, without being the devil's advocate here. I heard they had 7 or 8 out.
Rightio.
I mean,
I don't think it was that many.
I'm sorry, Jen. I just thought I just heard. But
well, I know there were a few, and I think when we played them the week before, they definitely had an injury during that game, and I don't think Annie, the goal shooter, was able to play. But I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I think I've said before, Adam's a really smart coach. The Elmore will continue to improve, and he just needs to hope he can keep those young kids that he's got, and they won't be long till they're, back up the top.
Yeah, look out Mounts this week.
Yes, we will need to not be resting on our laurels and ready for a good battle. They've had a really good couple of weeks, Elmore, which is exciting. And yeah, they're not far out of the 5 now. So yeah, pressure is on.
Yeah, no, I remember Adam said earlier in the season that he still had finals in sight when he'd had a couple of big losses. So yeah, he's certainly built his way up, which is great for the club.
So is it a case of Anthea this week? Who got beaten last week and they had a real good win the week before or got close? I can't remember. It might have been North Bendigo. Happens, doesn't it? It can happen.
Yeah, yeah. Only a couple of unavailabilities or injuries changes things. And yeah, so yep, got to put your best foot forward every week.
So we worked out there's only 5 games to go. That has gone pretty quick, I would have thought, Jen.
Yeah, absolutely. We were doing that math in our house last night too. So yeah, four home games and then oh yeah, 4 or 5 weeks. We have the bye last round, so that'll take some management.
Yeah. What was I going to say? So with 4 games to go, you're obviously not going to play Mounts again, but yes, you'll be watching with interest to see what happens in the comp. Cindy, who besides these 2 fine ladies teams, who do you think's going to make up the 5? No pressure, of course.
Well, currently White Hills are sitting 3rd and Huntley 4th and North are 5th. And as we said, now Elmore are sitting a close 6th with LBU, Litchfield, Gunbow and Heathcote making up the 9. So yeah, I think the 5 is still could be a mix there between the top 6, I think.
Nice fence sitting there, Cindy. Who's going to finish in the 5?
Yeah, I'm just going to wait and find out.
Well, it's obviously
I love
between.
that it is so close.
It's obviously. Do you think, Anthea, between North Bendigo and Huntley, who finishes 5th?
Do you play North again, Anthea, or have you already played them twice?
We've got North coming up.
Yeah, okay. So how clear are North from Elmore?
Well, following the win, let me just put my glasses on. It is dun, dun, dun. So North is sitting on 89 and Elmore 75 percentage. But points wise, obviously Elmore's won 4 games and North 5, and Huntley's also won 5.
Might depend obviously who they have to play.
Yeah.
We don't play Elmore or North. We've played them twice.
We've got North Elmore this week and North coming up as well.
We've got Huntley again. Have you got Huntley?
We're done with Huntley. Heathcote's the other one we've got. And the bye. I feel like North will probably scrape in. I'll put it out there and say I think North will scrape in, but yeah, that's not counting Elmore out of it. It could be an interesting, final 5 weeks.
Yeah, no, well, after North's last couple of years, and certainly they've been creeping in, and I'd say they'll be certainly aiming to stay where they are, that's for sure.
Tell us about your game against North, Jen. How did they go so well against you guys?
I can't tell you those secrets, Anthea, but I could try.
Impressive.
Yeah, impressive effort there. Good question. We've never matched up very well against North. We did, when we played them, we did have 2 of our starting 7 who were away. So we had a chance to blood our A reserve girls, which is great. And we've done quite a bit of that over the last few weeks. Not on Saturday. We had our full complement to play against you. But yeah, I don't know. They just do really well against us. It's normally the night of our ball, and I often blame that, but I don't have that to excuse us this year. But yeah, she's doing a great job there, getting them. They're definitely getting better. So not exactly sure. I can't pinpoint what it was they did.
Number one, I would have thought, Jen, that is the only question that Anthony has actually asked on the show, and it was one of the best. That was a great question. I enjoyed it because it went over the top for a sec. Well done, Anthea. The other thing is that sometimes when you're sitting with you fine ladies are, it can be easy to forget that the other teams are actually playing as hard as you are, and they're going to try harder every week. So, that's why we have upsets, don't we? Because sometimes you're going, oh, well, it's just going to be this team, and you take a different attitude towards it.
Yeah, everyone's got to lose sometime.
Oh, was that a question to us or just a bit of a?
It's just a statement, like,
statement.
you can't keep winning forever.
That's what I keep saying too,
I'm
Jen.
sure you do. I said to my team, not that I'm putting words into your mouth, I go, I know exactly if I was Anthea, what I would be saying to that team, and they have to beat us once. They don't even care if they don't beat us in the semi. They want to beat us in September, assuming we both get there. But so
Why are you listening in, Jen?
it's pretty, that's how I would have gone. But yeah, be good. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Hey, Jen, if she didn't say it then, she's going to say it next time. So don't worry.
Yeah.
Exactly what you
Well, I
just
said it to my team. So anyway.
It's like the radio ratings. So 3 months every 2 years, and for that 3 months, it's usually sound good. After that, we're probably crap. But you've got to make it happen for that 3 months. Yeah, no, it's hard, but do you feel that, Jen, that obviously Mount Pleasant up because they got close, but do you feel like the others are starting to hunt you a bit more because you've got, 30 wins in a row?
Yeah, I think it is something like that. We don't really talk about that winning streak, but
No.
I've seen it in the media now. Yeah, I mean, I think I said last year we feel hunted all the time because obviously everybody would probably like to see us lose. So we just try and go about our business and keep getting better. And like Anthea said, it was great to play Mounts. It was such a great game. We took stuff away that we think we can do better or we'll do differently. Every time we play each other, we'll learn a bit more about each other. So it should be a cracking. I mean, I think it's safe to say we're going to be in the second semi, so it's going to be a great second semi. Yeah, bring it on. And 10 goals is normally something. I was trying to be rational to one of my daughters who's like, oh my God, young. I'm like, 10 goals. If you said you're going to beat second by 10 goals, you'd be pretty happy with that. But we've gotten a bit gun shy, 10 goals feels like, my God, break a centre pass and you've won. So well done. And yeah, hopefully my girls get a bit of a fright.
One of the issues, I think, I'll just correct you what you said before, Jen. I actually don't think the comp dislikes you. I think that's one of the issues that the rest of the comp has, is that you play well. I don't hear much about, you can't wait to go out next time and sort her out or whatever. You don't hear that.
Yeah.
I think, Anthea, is that a fair call? Like, there's no one, usually if you play a footy team and they've got a couple of blokes that are bloody knuckleheads or whatever, you go, right, I want to beat them. But it must be difficult to say, Colbo are good. Is that the...
Yeah, and you've hit the nail on the head. I mean, they're a lovely team. They're always, I often think that about last year, the way they sort of, they were a step above everyone, but they were always respectful. They were always humble. Just always a delight to play against. And, we really enjoy the matchup with them. We really like those girls, love having a drink with them after the game. And that's really nice. Yeah, I would like
that. Anthea, let's be fair, that gives you the shits though, doesn't it? That really that's what it is. And the other thing is that no point having a drink because most of them are under 18, it'd be Coke or bloody Sprite that I've got.
Drew, we're getting quite old now. Like our youngest 17, like they're nearly all adults.
No. There's about 3 that still can't drive to the game by themselves, Jen, so you go all right. Yeah, that's good. Hey, as far as the comp's concerned, Cindy, interleague and all that stuff for the youngsters is done, or are you still going?
It is done.
Yep.
Yeah, obviously the footy played on Sunday and the 18s came away with a close win, which sounds like a really good game and very well represented across all clubs, which was good, that's for sure. And obviously the word's out that the meeting with Kiuna tonight, Wednesday night, so that's going to be interesting that they'll present to the clubs. Probably why this show's being televised at the same time, Colgo.
Well, it's early. That's why we did it, because you've got to race off and
Yeah.
you have to make that decision. The rest, you just go, look, you all sit down, I'll make this call.
Yeah.
On a serious note, if I can just, well, what you're saying, Anthea, where does it sit with you, not Mount Pleasant, just with you, for another club to come into the competition?
I'm not against another club coming into the competition, but what I think is good about our competition is the level playing field, in terms of sometimes when you talk to players from other comps who might only play someone twice and someone else 2 times. And I don't like when it becomes unfair. I like everyone playing each other the same amount of times. That's
Yeah, right. Yeah.
probably looking at it at a very basic level, but that's what I would like to see remain, no matter how many clubs are in it.
I'm going to ask you in a sec, Jen, and I'm going to ask you too, Cindy. So no sitting on the fence with this one, but is it because you're so used to having? I mean, we spoke to from Heathcote. Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? What's her name? Our superstar from Heathcote, Netty.
Brooke?
Brooke, I knew. She said the buy's great, but it takes until the Friday and even the Saturday morning to realise you've got it, because you're so used to doing a routine, and then you get up, say Saturday, you go, hey, that's right, I don't play netball. So is that something you want, Anth? Is that something you want, that break, or would you prefer? You were saying before about the buy. There's some footy clubs, the footy teams are doing the same thing. They have a buy, they don't get any points. So if there was someone to play, you still got the right to play for 4 points. I suppose that comes into it as well.
Yeah, I think everyone likes having a week off, and if you've got an even amount of teams, a general buy always works well. I guess it's just, it's another home game. That's another set of volunteers you need. It drags the season out by another week. I don't know. There's lots of things for the board to think about.
Would before I throw the question at you, Jen, Cindy, would the board, if Kahuna was to make its way, it doesn't have to be them, it could be anyone, and you have got 10 teams, would you think the board would look at it and say, all right, we need a mid-season break? So you could have that one break or whatever it is. I mean, you get two, I get it, but you know what I mean? So the King's birthday long weekend would just be a break. You just wouldn't play. So you'd have a break. You knew that was your break.
It's certainly something that we hear a lot, and obviously the buys are well taken by difference, and it's an opportunity also for other clubs to go and watch other teams, which is also nice to see on that week, and depending on how the draw comes out. And that's obviously, we've talked about interleague and maybe getting a senior team up or different things gives those opportunities. But interesting, Kiuna's coming from a 16 club league. So it sounds like it's the first time that Central Murray haven't had the bye either. So first time they've had evens as well. So yeah, 16 teams sounds like a lot, that's for sure. But yeah, certainly it's getting presented to the clubs, and the clubs will just discuss. So it's more a club's decision than a board decision of what the outcome will be.
Jen?
Like Anthea, definitely you need to play everybody twice. I'm involved in some comps in Melbourne, and one of them, you don't play everyone twice. Not some people have 2 buys and some people have 1, and you don't get points for a buy. So it makes no sense to me. That's just not equitable, and people have missed out on finals because they had 2 buys. So yeah, I think I don't really mind. The clubs will listen and vote on the right decision. Kahuna's a long way from Melbourne, but anyway, has anyone got a helicopter? But yeah, it's not about that, is it? But yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think it is for Kahuna actually, Jen, why they want to come over our side is because the Melbourne players don't want to go where they have to go now. So they want to attract. Yeah.
Right.
Distance is always going to be, I mean, when Leach will come in, I wasn't around, but I'm sure that was a hassle. Like, oh, hang on, we've got to go to Leachy. But now it's kind of accepted. I suppose when you look back the other way, and they've got to do it every second week, but, you don't, especially if you're, if you're a team within that, the Colbos and obviously the Mounts, you're within that group of 30 minutes. It's pretty easy, but coming for an hour and a half or whatever Kahuna is, I think it's an hour and a half from Bendigo. I think it's about hour 50 from Heathcote. So I think that's the furthest distance. So, and for Jen, it's about 3 hours and 92 seconds or something like that. But it's a long way. Yeah, look, it's a long way. But then I suppose, again, it's a hard one to shore up your competition. I'm kind of with Jen a little bit. I think the buys are good, but I'm sure there's teams that are playing for Netty in the last 4 or 5, whatever it is, that don't want that buy and would have loved to have played someone to have the opportunity to get the 4 points like everyone else does. I get that, but I don't know. It's a hard one. Does it affect people when you have the buy? I mean, like when you're doing things each week, it's a routine, but you stop doing something for a week. You're talking about volunteers. The volunteers go, oh, gee, that was nice. I had a week off. Maybe I want to do this for a week or two. I don't know. I don't.
I feel like people, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I really like the buy. I think it's a nice circuit breaker. You're flat out with it. It's nice to have a week off, but I don't know. I feel like most people do, but
I still think you get the week off if they take Kahuna to have it on a weekend when no one plays. Like Bendigo just did then last weekend.
or a split round or something like that.
Yeah, and it's up to you what you do. And maybe you have the balls that weekend where you don't have to worry about running around for footy. I don't know. But it's all good banter, Jen, and you don't care because you're in Melbourne. Now, I'm only joking. Let's go through the games because I think I've talked for too long again, Cindy. Although we had a ripping question from Anthony. That was good. That was hot, that question.
So we are up to round 14. So White Hills is taking on North this week. So yeah, certainly that'll be a great match with White Hills coming in with a loss, and same with North, both to Elmore actually. So Anth, who are you going to go for with this one?
Well, this will be a big game because North will want to get the win here to push themselves a little bit ahead of Elmore or in that 5th spot. And I think, given the injury concerns that White Hills have, who knows who they're getting back in, but I think I'll go North this week. I think they've got more to play for, perhaps.
Yeah. How about you, Jen? What are you going for?
Yep, I think North will win.
Great. Yep, after a week off as well. Coggo, how about you?
Is it North at home? Yes.
No, White Hills at home.
Sorry, White Hills. Geez, I reckon White Hills are going to be stunned. They're really going to hurt. They don't lose good, do they? They don't lose well, I should say. They're good grammar, right? They don't lose well. And what I mean by that is they don't do what Anthony does and punch walls. What they do is that they just go, right, that's it. So I would like to be playing them this week. Mind you, North have to win, so probably North just.
Yep. Leitchville Gumbauer are back at Gumbauer and they are hosting Lockie. Jen, who are you going for in this one? 7th versus 8th.
Yeah, I think Leitchville will win.
Yep. How about you, Anth?
Yeah, they'll both be keen to get the win. I'll go against Jen. I'll say Lockie.
Nice one. Coggo?
Well, they both hate each other. Let's face it. Both teams are just despise each other, and they don't want to play against their opponent up the road. They want to be the king of the castle, the queen of the castle, I should say. But I think Lockie at the moment, Leachy, just for the results, Lockie look like they're on top, and 401 for Shelb this week.
Yeah.
400 this week.
Then Mounts home taking on Elmore. So yeah, this will be a good match for Elmore going in after the win. So Jen, who are you picking for this one?
I think Mounts will win. Hopefully Elmore give you a good game though. You want to continue to have good quality netball. So it's nice when you're pushed because you find a new level. And
Coggo?
also he'll have gone away. He's smart. He'll go away and he'll have had a look at what, he saw last time and he'll have tried to work out a way to combat that.
Yeah. Sure, he's looked at your game, Coggo, that you've put up.
Yeah, he would have. I think what he would be saying is that, if I can just retract what Jen said, Jen was basically saying she couldn't give a fat rat's toss bag who wins, as long as they beat each other up and there's something happening and they all of a sudden hate netball. That's all she was going to say. I think Mount's too good. Anthony girls have just come too far. They won't let one slip, even though I think Adam's on the right track.
Yeah. And Colbo are travelling to Heathcote, so this is a close one to Melbourne, Jen.
like a home game. I love it.
Yeah, Coggo.
3 o'clock as well, late start.
Yeah,
Great.
it is too.
Well, we know Colbo will win, and unfortunately, that's just the way it is against Heathcote. But that won't stop them trying. And I think Brooke, we'll call her Brooke Price because that's who she's now married to, Codes. I think she would fit into it. If you girls don't mind me saying that, I think she would fit into any other A-grade side straight in. Would that be a fair call or not? Oh, yeah. Geez, look, all right. Well, I'll shut up then. But she's a
Oh,
gun,
man.
is what I'm saying. And
Yeah, no, she's a gun, but
Yeah.
yeah, she would certainly. We both have pretty strong A grade mid-court.
It's a
So she
hypothetical,
would,
Jen. It's a
yeah, she
hypothetical,
would fit
ladies.
in.
Yeah, well, okay, sorry. Well, she might get a game then. I'll just let her know. I'll ring her up now. Hey, don't worry about going to
She's
Colbo,
got
man.
Colbert connections. I'd have her
Yeah,
any
I'm
day.
sure she does, but again, I'll just say don't go there. You're not a chance to get a game in the A's because Jensen gets stuffed. And Nancy has said, yeah, go and pat the camels. That's what she said.
I've got a
No.
couple out this week. She definitely have a game this week.
Colbo to win, Cindy.
Yeah. Anthony, you going the
I-
same?
Colbo, too good. Might be a long day for Heathcote, but I'm sure they'll have a good crack.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Huntley have got the bye.
Yeah, well, that's probably not good for them. That's what we were talking about before. They probably needed to have some momentum because they're going all right, weren't they, Huntley? But it happens.
That's right.
All right, so Jen's got a home game. She's happy. Brooks, no hope of playing for either club. What else did we find out tonight? That Cindy sat on the fence about, what was it? What's the name of the team? Kahuna, the big Kahuna. John Farnham started there. It was his first concert, by the way, Anthony. Thought you'd know that. And they're called the Kangas, and we don't have a Kangas in our comp. I think the last team that played Bill and White was Broadwood, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Another home game.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be travelling to Broadford at the moment, just quietly. Anything else, Cindy?
No, I just wanted to mention Netball Vic have a WorkSafe grant that's been up for a few weeks and it closes on Sunday. So I hope all our clubs are putting in for something safety grant wise to go towards, whether they want a new court squeegee or a marquee or blower back. There's certainly a good offer there with Netball Vic. So just a reminder, get your applications in this week.
Believe it or not, I've got about 40 seconds left. 3 sponsors, please, Anthea.
GE Silos, Axe Creek Coaches, and the Broey Pub.
Jen?
Reed Stock Feed, the Colbo Pub, and Kyabra Marine.
Perfect. Yeah, the Broey's been a pub forever. Anthony did need to put that pub bit on the end. And quickly, please, Cindy, Agnico Eagle, you go.
Absolutely. Agnico Eagle are great new sponsors this year. Community Bank Heathcote is another great